You know, it's a great opportunity, you know. They got a terrific director. James Wan is a super smart, very, very passionate filmmaker, loves what he does, and he was so excited when he told me about the opening. He was like, listen, Jason, I've got this thing, and you stood by the hospital bed, and you're going to... And he literally painted the picture, and I was like, oh, I love it, I love it. I was like, I don't care if that's the only scene I do. And so, you know, it's great we've got a great filmmaker to be at the helm. You know, his movies are brilliant, and he knows what he's doing. So you know that he's gonna do some justice to the movie. I don't know what separates him. I don't know. Everyone's got their own issues. You know, here's a man who's, you know, driven by you know, blood is thicker than water. You know, you're going to do this to my family. You know, I'm going to show you what family really means. If this is what you stand for, well, guess what? There's another one over here. So, you know, there's some real. I think there's a respect that sort of goes on between the two, because at the end of the day, that's what you stand for. Guess what? I stand for the same thing. But we're going to bang heads, and that's the way it's going to be. So I like that element. I really do. Rather than playing, you know, a silly bad guy that comes in trying to, you know, do indiscriminate damage to a load of bystanders and, you know, try and rob everybody of their money and do stupid bad guy things. Yeah, I think so. People, you know, it's not new, it's not fresh, but it's real. You know, personal is personal, and people relate to that all the time. You know, and people can get behind it. It's a bit of an understatement. Yeah, I mean, he's a monster of a man. And you stand in front of him and you just go, Jesus, thank God this is a movie. I mean, he is a colossal, you know, mountain of muscle. And, you know, to be able to fight that with, you know, slug for slug ain't going to work. So, you know, there's an action choreographer that has a style that he wants to put in, and you have to work with that. And, you know, the style was quicker, faster, moving at a different pace to try and get through the brute force. Totally, you got the nail on the head. Yeah, you just know what's coming. Yeah, you can sort of cut and paste things, take things out. You can put that move in there. It's all a bit of a, you know, what feels right for you. It's easy to change things because it has to feel right. And you know, experience, there's no substitute for that. Yeah, you put Hobbs in hospital. What are you going to do? I'm sure no one could ever do that. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, because you have to. That's what they stand for, and they are pretty damn good at what they do. Yeah. Well, you know, I think the old-fashioned way is the best way, you know. Weapons aren't really a great thing. They are if you're on the losing side. But if it's, you know, it's just what we call a straightener. It's let's do this man to man. And I think every person out there can only respect people that fight fairly. And there's nothing fairer than the old fisticuffs. So that's the way that happens. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's. I've never been a part of anything like this because it's so big and it's so, you know, people are just chomping at the bit to get in the cinemas and see it. And yeah, I mean, it's got so many elements that are causing, you know, the attraction.